Hello everyone, my name's Rob Warner.
And I'm Eliot Jackson.
And this is Just Ride, the cycling podcast from Red Bull, and we're at Red Bull Rampage.
That's right, Rob and I are here in Utah all week getting the behind the scenes, so make sure you keep up to date on the YouTube channel. And we're getting close to the men's final, Rob.
Nervously close. And we're now joined by someone you probably will remember. He jumped the entire last feature at Crankworx Whistler a few years ago in the biggest move ever seen in Slopestyle. And now he's here less than 24 hours from dropping into his first Red Bull Rampage. Tomas Lemoine, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
You know, this is a big day today, right? The
Yeah.
last day, you've still got a little bit to tick off up there, I believe, right?
Yes, for sure, but I take this moment as my chill moment of the day. So
Everything is chill compared to what's up there.
yeah.
What's your last piece, the last piece of your puzzle like? It's the Stratos drop, correct?
Yeah, so I tried, I didn't have any strategy coming here for sure. And I just
First
tried
time?
to ride what I felt like riding first. So obviously it was the, let's say, the bottom part. So my vision was not that scary and the jumps were normal sized and with the wider landings and all that things. And then every day I just try to ride a little bit more. And now we're coming to the last day of practice where I just need to hopefully try my biggest drop today in the afternoon.
And was that planned from the earlier in the week of like, okay, probably I'll just wait on this one?
Yeah, I feel like I followed the plan. Like it was just a little plan that came to my mind. Like I feel like the more I ride, the more I get confident on the zone. And I felt like riding the biggest thing first would scare me a little bit. And I remember from G in 23,
Oh, yeah.
he did that drop super early in the week. And I've watched some videos from that again. And I was like, okay, so maybe this is advice for me to take it on the later moment.
But
I almost thought I would not do it maybe. I don't say that I'm going to do it today. I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope
yeah.
my mind will be ready, but
You're feeling the pressure of it, right? It's huge. Is it the biggest feature? Someone told me it's like a plummet. The landing is almost directly under the takeoff.
yeah, there is this, and then the next part of it comes super quick. So I have many questions to myself, like am I going to be able to land good, take the impact, brake, keep going, or am I going to...
Is it hard to control your emotions at this point in time then? Because you want to lay down at Red Bull Rampage tomorrow, then
Yeah.
I guess you know you got to do that drop.
I feel like if I do it today, my sleep tonight will be maybe cooler for sure. And I'll know what will be the whole thing tomorrow. And then I just have to link it and just like everyone make it as good as I can on the day. But if I don't, then I'm going to be like, maybe I'm going to wake up with more nerves and more stress. And I feel like it's always a lot of stress to do these kind of competitions, even if it's my first time here. I feel like what I did before was always the same. You know, you always want to do good. You know what you can do. If there is some stuff I didn't ride until the final day, I think it's maybe gonna give me more pressure. So hopefully I will feel it this afternoon.
God, I'm not you.
You make it sound so chill.
Yeah. I don't know.
Chill on the outside. I
Yeah.
don't think you are on the inside, are you?
I've been waiting like a long time to be here, you know? So I'm like, okay, for sure, if I'm at Red Bull Rampage and the line doesn't scare me, I feel like it's not the right thing. You know, I didn't maybe do the right line. So a lot of things was scary for me. Yesterday was the next step down. I took my time. I didn't know about the speed and I have this little trauma since I broke my 2 legs, my 2 feet.
Yeah.
That I always feel like the first try, like the first try of a new feature, I never know what the speed is, or I feel like I'm starting to ride bikes again, you know? This is the only trauma I have from this, but I always like, am I going to go way too far or way too short? And then somehow when I go through the week, I'm like, okay, I know how to ride a bike. I know I can trust my instincts sometimes. So today I feel like I did everything before, so it could work. I just have to keep it focused, and I will go without my bike on the drop, feel it with the rope. The rope is almost...
Oh my God, no! What are you on about? What are you going to rope down it first?
We did it a lot, and the first day I couldn't even go down. Like I was telling to Jesse, the guy from here, I was like, I'm more scared without my bike now on that rope.
That's how serious it is up there, though.
Yeah.
Have you guys measured it? Like, do you know?
Yeah. So from tip to tip, we say. Yeah, it's like 13, so like 44 feet, I think.
Wow.
But it's not long, so it's a lot of
Vertical.
It's
like
high.
Tyler McCall was saying that it's like a plum drop, like a just like going. And Nikolai, I think,
And
called
everyone
it a bit
has
of a splat.
everyone has advices, you know. So someone is
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you should go like maybe faster and like race it." And then
Oh, yeah.
I personally think that I want to go a bit slow and then see the landing
Yeah.
and then maybe bunny
it.
up into it, so I do the right move.
Just
Well,
pop.
Thomas, you mentioned like that if you come to Rampage and you're not scared, then you're kind of doing it wrong. Like I feel like Red Bull Rampage means a lot to you. Like you got the invite 10 years ago and you said that you felt like you weren't quite ready for it.
I had
Is
the
that right?
invite in 2014 and 15.
What?
Yeah, okay.
Did ya?
Because it was the final of the FMB World Tour at that time. And the first year, I didn't even have a freeride bike. So I received this invite probably like 1 or 2 months before. And I was like, there's no way I can do that. Because I obviously got like, at that time, only the live streams and those videos from it. So I didn't know I could maybe do a cooler line and go down maybe with some easier features.
Yeah.
I always thought I will never survive there, you know. And then with just my career going on, I was like riding more and more big bike, and it got out of the FMB. So it's been a few years that I'm really thinking of trying to come here, and I tried, and I also tried to make it to NST and those events.
And Hardline.
And
Red Bull
Hardline, yeah.
Hardline. I mean, we
Life didn't want me to go, huh? Because like
you broke
I had
both
this
your
COVID.
legs, huh?
When I came, I had like when I was supposed to come, I had this COVID, and then
yeah.
the year after I broke my leg, and
That's
then I
right.
just came back the year after, freshly from the legs, and I was like, maybe it's not the right.
But I remember at that
moment.
point you saying to me, like, I want to do it,
Yeah.
you know, and you were trying to get used to riding or spend more time
Yeah.
on a big travel bike. You know, you've done it, you're here. It must be a pretty unbelievable feeling for you, sat here the night before, the day before, dropping in tomorrow. It's
Yeah.
like, this has been years in the making, it feels, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's interesting that somebody so skilled would say that. And I think even going back one further, you grew up in Marseille,
Yeah.
which is a city, and you grew up as a BMX rider.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how that transition like came about, like even to get on the mountain bike in the first place?
So I started at the age of 5 with race BMX pretty randomly. Just my dad knew motocross a little bit because my uncle was originally a motocross rider and then a jet ski rider. That's where the number 9 came. Like he got the number 9 and I also got it in the race BMX to make it short. And I raced for, I feel like 8 years. And then the first freestyle things I saw in real life was the FIS in Montpellier. So it was BMX and FMX and those things. And I was like, wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
And then I started to have skate park BMX. And I started freestyling that way. And then at the age of 11, 12, I saw some guys on the dirt jump place on mountain bikes, so on DJs, you know.
Yeah.
And they said, tomorrow there is a little French contest here, you should come watch. And I asked my dad if we could do it, and we came watch, and I was like, wow, this looks so fun. And it looked way more open than race BMX that as a kid I felt a bit oppressed by the opponents and all of those you know, like parents that was pushing the kids. I was like,
Motocross dads.
yeah.
It's funny
And,
that BMX is like that, eh?
and we loved it. And my dad, at my next birthday, got me a DJ bike. It was a Cannondale Chase, my first ever bike with 24-inch. And it started like that. So we tried, it drove me every weekend to some places so I could try dirt jumping. We had, at that time, a lot of places in France even. And also in La Poma. I spent a lot of time in La Poma, for sure. So that's how I got to mountain biking, before even seeing anything. And then the first thing I've seen on the TV was drop-in TV.
Yes,
that was what got me like really in love with mountain biking.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I just got to know more and meet more people at contests. And then the first guy that really took me under his shoulder, we say in France, I don't know if it's the same in English, but was Yannick Granieri.
I remember him.
When I was maybe like 15, 16.
Yeah.
And got me into the zone more and more. And I was still super far from the bigger bikes. The first year I came to Whistler, I didn't come with a big bike. And he told every pro riders that thing that I didn't have a bike here, and everyone looked at me so weird, like Aggie, Castrate, all of these guys.
Did you
They
have
were
a
how is this kid here
You
and
didn't turn
not
up
trying to
an
ride a
hardtail,
big
really?
bike?
like a hardtail, like a dirt jump bike?
Only
or?
my hardtail, yeah.
No
What?
way.
To Whistler?
Yeah, because at that time
I'm not
I
sure
never
that's
rode anything else.
That is a mountain bike.
And I was so happy. I was going every day to the jumps and to the skate park. It was the
Yeah.
indoor skate park, and I was
Yeah.
like, dude, there is so much to ride here.
Yeah, right.
I don't need more. And everyone was like, what are you talking about? You know. And then
I'm a little
a
puzzled.
few years later, I started to understand why. And then
Yeah, it's pretty good there on a big bike.
yeah.
There's a lot
Sorry,
to
it was a
ride.
long story, but now you know everything. I
No,
guess.
it's,
Huh?
No,
it's
but that is
true.
mad how you got there and then come up through Slopestyle. When did you decide that, you really wanted to go make the change over then to, big mountain stuff, proper free ride?
I feel like I still want to do most of the riding I did, but I just wanted to have more time to get more into this big bike thing. And I felt like Slopestyle takes so much of your time for practicing every
Yeah,
day
yeah.
on like a normal week that I couldn't find time to take my big bike and drive a little bit more to find the good spots to
Got ya.
get better. So I was like, at some point, I had like 36 Crankworx medals, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm not gonna try and get 50. If I really want to do Rampage and those bigger things, and also I wanted to do more edits and more
Yeah.
artistic things
Yeah.
than just competition. One day I looked at my YouTube and I was like, there's nothing. Like I don't have a proper sick edit yet, and all of those things connected. I was like, okay, maybe it's time to
Branch
take
out.
right,
Yeah.
soon.
Change.
And that day where I jumped this Whistler thing and I got my podium there, it was my ultimate slopestyle goal. I was like, okay, I did so many good things, but I never had a podium in Whistler, where Whistler was really my dream contest, every year.
Does the Stratos drop give you this? What was, because obviously you were thinking about doing that thing at Whistler. Was that more fearful on a hardtail than looking at this? Which is the worst proposition to you?
I don't know. I feel like both on the first try would be super scary. I remember I had so much adrenaline there, and
Yeah, talk through that whole thing, because that
In
was
Whistler?
just, yeah,
I
man,
was so
that
funny.
just-
man.
So-
It's
yeah.
insane.
that week was insane actually. So I did also this rap concert, and I won Speed and Style like just 2 nights before, and I didn't do that good in the pump track. But as soon as we arrived in Whistler, we saw this last feature, and this only year we had the deal with the hotel. I don't remember the name, but we had the room facing this feature. And for fun, I said to these guys, look, they put a plate on after the lip so I could ride on it and jump everything, but just for fun. And
Yeah.
everyone was like, you're crazy. There is no way. It's like 15 meters or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we went down and we rode some downhill. And Air Dog, I think, at some point came to me before we even tried to practice. And he was like, dude, everyone say that this feature is gonna be jumped this year, and everyone say it's gonna be.
He would stir the
Everyone
pot
says
of
it's
it.
gonna be you. And I was like, why? Like we didn't talk to anybody from that.
Right.
And then I started to look at it every day. And on a chairlift, every time we like faced the side of it,
Yeah.
I was like trying to see the if it was possible. And then everyone was like, no way. And then actually Adrien Laurent, this guy from
Yeah, yeah.
Crankworx, was the guy that helped me figure it out.
Really?
So I was kind of same strategy as here. I was like, I'm trying to do everything else from my run, and then we'll focus on this. So all week I never even ride the feature. Really, I was like, I'm gonna jump this. Like everyone will see. I would jump
Brave
it.
decision.
I don't ride this for now. I just focus on my tricks and everything else. And what I needed before the run was the double flip up top and this. And I was like, okay, Adrien, let's take maybe 1 hour and do some speed checks. And I somehow really trusted this guy, and he was trying to help me. And the first try was obviously so much adrenaline and so much stress, but I needed to try once before the show. And I went super far. And then my hand didn't
Yeah, it slipped
stay
off.
on, and I crashed, and I was kind of okay. I had to do this, just like here, I had to do this little strap on my hand, and I went back up, and the woman from the start, she was like, okay, one more try, and then we start the contest, and I had to do my double flips. I was like, oh, and then I went straight to my double flip without thinking, I couldn't even think about like can I do one speed check or like,
Were
and
you
still
doing
just
the-
after the
yeah,
crash,
yeah.
And I did this double flip, landed perfect, and I was like, okay, now I know everything. I kind of know the speed from the last one, and
Yeah.
maybe it's gonna work. And I was like, if I make it there, whatever the run is, even if I miss some stuff, I will try and jump straight up, because I didn't have any options to do like maybe a up trick and then
Yeah.
down trick. So I was like, okay, if I make it there, even if I do a really bad run, I will have to jump. And I did the first one with only one trick missing, and I jumped it, and I think I was fourth after run one. And I was like, in my head now, it was everything done, it was just a bonus run. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do everything and do it again and clean it. And in my head, I wanted to do a techno-hander.
Oh!
And I couldn't do it. I was like,
I remember
no, I'm just going to...
being there, and I remember like seeing your first run, and it was the most insane thing ever. I think
Yeah.
like no matter who you are, what kind of discipline you ride, like that was like one of the pinnacles. And I remember you went up for the second run, and I was like, how insane must it feel? You had to go around this like 270 berm and like pedal
And
it.
then
Like,
pedal
what were
so
you
much.
thinking around that berm? Like, what?
On the first one, I heard so much of the crowd, I
Yeah.
was like, I felt like all the energy was coming with me, and I was like, I know I can do it now because I felt it once,
Yeah.
and I obviously crashed, but I was like, if I maybe get 1 or 2 meters shorter, I will land it. And I still was super long. On the first one, I had like huge impact, and I was like, okay, I survived this. So I was still focused on the second run because I knew I could do better, and I was not on the podium yet. So I was like, maybe this is my chance to ever get on this podium.
And it was a super tech takeoff, right? Because you sort of like, you kind of push just before you
Yeah.
pop.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
a super race BMX style
Yeah.
to me. Like I had to really, so the lip was kind of steep still, and I had to really like put it on the floor on the way up, so I could like just roll a little bit and then jump.
Yeah, it's mad.
But that was almost my best skills. Like this race BMX things is
Yeah.
what I was the most confident in. So I
Yeah.
was like, I'm not gonna have any trouble here. Just the land control is always hard when it's like your second try ever.
And it's super interesting because you raced BMX for a while,
Yeah.
but not your whole life or
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that. But I think, if you ask any mountain biker, like you are one of the people that has like most bike control. You mentioned
Yeah.
Crankworx and all the medals, speed and style.
Yeah.
I mean, pump track, everything. And I think here at Rampage, talking to people, you kind of have come in being known as the slopestyle rider because of these great results.
yeah.
But your line is one of the most raw kind of big mountain lines
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah, that's why I took Vinny T. As you know him.
yeah.
So this was the first guy I asked to come with me here, because when I think about Rampage, I wanted to step away from my slopestyle career and
Pure
the
free
slopestyle,
rider, yeah, like Vinny,
slopestyle feelings, And I've been watching this contest forever, and I always love to see Brandon for sure, because Brandon always been a huge inspo for me, even on the edit wise and the way he thinks, like so much work he does, just not on the bike, but everything around. But
Yeah.
I always like to see the more freeride stuff too. And I was like, if I go to Rampage, it's not to do some double trucks or,
Yeah.
I just wanted to step away because I'm riding every kind of bike still every day. So I'm like going to the skate park and do my stuff with my BMX friends. And when I think about freeride, I want to see myself as the freerider I dream of, kind of.
Yeah.
So I try my best to do this. And I really love the feeling of riding the double crown too. So this already steps away some tricks.
Yeah.
Did you like we talked about it earlier in the week, but like that would also be a thing where you'd be like, oh, like, man, of course Thomas is going to ride a single crown.
Yeah.
But how did you make that decision to go to the double crown?
I don't know. I just love to see guys with double crowns here. So I always felt like it should stay like that, And I'm not here to judge anybody, but I was like, if I ever get there, maybe if I have 10 chances to do a Rampage, we'll see, But for now, if I do 1, 2, 3, I don't know, I'll keep it double crown just because I like to see people riding double crown. And I just want to prove myself I can do it that way, And so the line is more freeride that some people would expect, I guess. But that was my approach to, if I ever make it to Rampage, I want to
Yeah.
have this kind of line. my dream would be to mix maybe some of the Brand Dog style with some of the Slopestyle style, you know?
Yeah.
Can
Like-
you talk us down your line? Like maybe how you kind of chose some stuff, what you're thinking about?
The first thing we thought was to maybe go where it was more options for us to do something. So I feel like there is 13 guys on the rider's right. So obviously I thought about going rider's left. And on the 21, I watch every Rampage so much. But on the 21 live, it was only Red Bugs, so maybe 2 guys on this ridge. So I was like, okay, we got to go there. And then obviously I talked to some people like Emil, and Emil was like, yeah, but if we go that way, we're going to have to build more and maybe we can ride later. And Emil was like, maybe I go the other way so I can ride sooner in the week. So there is a lot of strategies, depends on who you are, I guess,
has
as a
it
rider.
been a lot for you to learn this week, has it? Like, first time here, it feels like there's an overwhelming amount of stuff going on.
Yeah, but I really came for this. So I took every day as a new experience, you know. I was like, this is my dream to be here, really. And I still, like, I feel like the runs are just the cherry on the cake. Like, everything we live for now, I learned a lot. I don't dig so much in life, you know. I know how to do a little things, but so much I learned with Seb and Vinny this week that it's already a win for me. And I feel like every day talking to people, talking to the old legends, like I've never really met Bender before, but I always love to see Bender, you know, in action. And I felt like, yeah, I'm like living the dream before it even starts. So hopefully I make it to the show and I don't get any troubles today, because obviously I want to see myself on this little video after the event and have this
That'd be a
souvenir.
feeling, mate.
Whatever I will
what a
do, you
feeling
know?
of being a
Yeah.
Rampage rider, eh?
And I want to hear this 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Go for sure. But yeah, no, it's been a super sick experience every day, and we never had that much rain. I feel like here, that's what they said.
That's right.
And even this was a cool feeling, you know. We experienced some stuff with it.
Some good
It was cool.
lightning,
Yeah.
storms about. It was cool, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Everything's gone on this week, but we're here. And
Got cold some days
Yeah.
in the desert where I thought I would just
Yeah,
be in
Only
t-shirt
brought
and
a
shorts
t-shirt.
every day.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane to be here. It's for sure I feel like a rookie, but I feel like an old rookie. You know, I'm like 29, and I feel like I'm in my 20s trying to make it into the big scene. And I really focus on myself. I'm like, okay, just enjoy it. Like whatever happens.
It's interesting you say that because there was, I think it was 2 days ago, a big session was happening down at the bottom on some of those lower jumps, and
Yeah.
everyone was kind of getting warmed up, and you saw a lot of people like going in together, like checking speed, and I just, you know, you came in and kind of just did everything on your own in your own time, like
Yeah.
just kind of speed jump first and then started
Yeah.
boosting it. And there is, I feel like a bit of a confidence that you have in like your own riding, like you were saying, just kind of like
Yeah.
doing your own thing.
And I feel like some riders ride way differently, and sometimes I listen to people, and when I apply what they say, it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
So I always try to listen everyone and get my own opinion. And same, since I broke my legs, I'm a bit more focused on the speeds and those things.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, if Tommy G tells me something, he knows me better than, let's say, Jackson Riddle. If he tells me, okay, I'm going to go like that and then do 2 breaks. So I had to adapt my own vision to it. And still today, like in the morning, I feel like every time I jump the same speed on the drop, I never really had the same speed on the jump. So I'm trying to feel, you know, like the air, like I think it's just instinct, really. Like
Yeah, there's
It
so
must
much.
be-
Yeah.
It feels like so scientific when you know, and then we saw Aidan Parrish get caught out this morning, right? I didn't know he'd been sessioning that jump.
Yeah, this is a good example.
Yeah,
like,
why? What happened there? Because he'd done
I
it
don't
so
know.
many times, but the parameters of error are tiny up there, that's for sure. Like, you know, a small error is big consequence.
And if you land like 20 centimeters left, maybe there is less packed dirt or something like that. You know, even in my... So this morning I did my half bottom line 4 times, I think. And I never really landed everywhere the same.
Is that
As
right?
As much as skills like I could get,
Because
you know?
you got to brake so much, or what,
Maybe
what's
you
the
brake
variable?
a little bit too much and then you think you're going to go too slow and you push too much, so you go even further. And then sometimes you feel like there's no air,
Wind
and the
or-
next
yeah.
run you feel some air. Even if it's not windy, you feel some air and you're like, oh, maybe I should push in now. You know, it's always different. So when I watched the live stream, I was always like, how come can Brandon go too far on that hip on
Yeah.
this first run? And then I'm
Yeah.
like, now I understand way better, because I feel like slopestyle, it's way easier to get the same every time almost, compared to places like
There's
here.
more variables up there, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like it's
And I mean, I
way
think
more
I feel
various
like
here.
part of this conversation that we're having, like, there's so much talk around Rampage being slope-style-y.
Yeah.
And I feel like you are probably the world's foremost expert on that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where it's like you have such a big slopestyle background, like all of that, and like, what is the biggest difference between slopestyle and Red Bull Rampage?
I almost feel like in slopestyle we don't need that much braking and stuff like that, where even the lines here that are more jumpy, I see them ride and I still feel like they gotta think way more about the line than only the tricks. So for sure some guys are more oriented on the slopestyle tricks and jumps, and there is maybe more jumps and less riding. But there is so much brake, push, land. Like I feel like there is way more instinct,
Yeah.
present moment, like riding than on the actual slopestyle course, where you can maybe do it also 50 times in a week, maybe.
Yeah.
Like here, I did 6 times my bottom line, and tomorrow maybe I will do in total 10.
Yeah.
And 10 is not even what you do in 5 hours in a slopestyle contest.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think this is also part of the thing.
It's not easy to get a bike back up. I mean,
No, yeah,
it's a
that's
big-
also a thing. You do.
Yeah.
So I only know about my half bottom line for now, but I maybe take half an hour each line. So it's like
Yeah.
you're not getting as automatic in your head as
It's hot
slopestyle
out
for
there.
sure.
Yeah, it's different, isn't it?
And I feel like everyone, I wish everyone that likes biking and rampage and slopestyle should come watch both kind of events. I feel like my dad always seen everything I did except this in real life, and even him was like super surprised from the exposure, the vision, the air, everything. The atmosphere here is so much different for sure. Even when I ride my easiest part of the line, I feel so, like I feel tiny, I feel like
sure.
I gotta
Yeah.
make the right choices even on something super easy. So I feel like this is the difference for sure.
Thomas, as we wrap up, what is your goal? What's your goal for the weekend and your run?
My goal is to make it to the finish line and have a good smile on my face. And obviously I have some tricks I want to do. I might not do all of them in practice. I want to keep some secrets maybe and enjoy it, I guess. The stress would always remove a little bit of joy, but I feel like I should not try to stress too much, because this is what I've been waiting for forever. It's not today that I'm going to learn more than yesterday, so now it's just full on focus mode and pray for the best and have fun on my bike. And if I make it down, I'll be so happy. And I also want to make it down for my diggers, like for the crew. I spent so much good times this week with them, and it would be a good reward if I can ride their vision, our vision, good. And then whatever the score, whatever happens.
The
Trying to
pressure's
stay-
on, but you wear it well. Sitting here now with you, right now, you wouldn't. It's like being down the pub we have. You're chilled. Like,
Yeah.
there's no indication that you're under so much pressure. But
No, yeah.
2 weeks building, like you say, the team's here. Tomorrow's the day.
Yeah.
Pressure's never been higher.
I will have a lot of pressure in the morning for sure. Like
Will you? Is that when
I
you'll
will have
feel
to
it?
listen super hardcore music to get in the zone.
To relax.
Is that what you like? What is your
Come
DJ,
on.
Little Moine? What is the music that you'll be listening to at the top of the starting gate?
I feel like it's gonna be some super hardcore metal and a bit of French rap.
Yeah.
The French rap I like to hear, and some it's just me, but
Yeah.
I like to get people screaming in my ears so I can focus and be like, okay, I'm
That
in the
brings you
zone
in,
now.
huh?
I'm in the zone. Let's go.
I love it.
We'll see. Hopefully today goes well, and then if today goes well, I will have a good night for sure.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow is another day.
Thomas, thank you so much. It's
Thank
such
you,
a
guys.
pleasure to have you here, and can't wait to see you ride.
I'm honored to speak with you guys.
Bon chance, mate.
Thank you.
Great luck.
Merci. That was incredible.